Hello and welcome, one and all, to Spiritual Meanderings per Linguam by Aaron B. Mayo. So, if you were not aware, and maybe as one of my good friends or family members who maybe felt a little more obligated to check this stuff out, I finally composed my first poetry book. And most of what you're going to see is either publicly viewable or is generally just something that I don't mind sharing to maybe sweeten the deal a little bit, get you interested. And I think that there's a lot to be interested in here. This collection of poetry, it's not just new poetry, it's also old poetry. It's some of the best works that I've done in the 10 years that I've been writing poetry. Table of contents is not something that is available anywhere else other than this particular PDF that I made for myself. By the way, the book and poems within are the intellectual property of myself. The pictures are not. It was published December of last year. So it also has page numbers, which I really like. The fact that it's 17 pages long actually means something. That's the only place that you're going to find it. Anywhere else online, which we'll go take a look at. Here it is on Smashwords, which is probably the better of the two sites that you can get it from, or at the very least, I get the most royalties out of it. It also becomes available in a different version as a PDF. You can also get it as an IRF, a PDB, a TXT, an EPUB, online reader, the original document. You can also get downloads and sample the first 10% or so. Notice it's had 10 samples thus far. I'd really appreciate it if someone who really thought that they liked it or might like it, take a look into it. If we switch over to Amazon and KDP specifically, it's actually the first planned book out of a series of books. The next ones will probably focus on things like romance, things specifically more genre related. But let's take a look in here. Here are all the poems that are inside of this. Nothing has been changed between the copy that you're seeing right now and any copies available online, except the fact that the copies available online don't have this introduction. In fact, the one for your Kindle doesn't have much in the way of pictures either. But that's just because it had to be formatted. That's another reason why Smashwords might be a better place to find it. Other than that, there is an introduction. I want to take you, however, to one poem in particular. So at the very end is one of my favorite poems. Especially, if I could only speak. Great poet, I'd like to think. Bit of a wordsmith, but really cannot speak English to save my life. What does that say? No, this is one of my favorite poems, especially since it utilizes the cinquain, which is a 5-line stanza. I don't know what about it, just the A, B, C, D, usually A, B, C, D, B, rhyming on the second and fifth line. Just, it speaks to me. I feel like I think almost in that way. But let me read this one for you. A lot of my poetry, you'll find it needs to be read maybe in a specific way, or I've had a way of saying it in my head, but then again, by the time it comes to you, they say the author is dead. So let me present to you my carnation, and I'll let you decide for yourself if you think this poetry is worth your time. I knew this must all be amiss, an orange cloud, all fog and mist. How could I dare conceive the full intent expression of your mystery to me? Buried deep beneath your brow arched in silent contemplation is a question of my sanity for my embellished presentation of a single cardinal red carnation. Yet worries fade as nothing, for no doubt can hold its ground in the face of that negation by my single red carnation. I really have a message to carry through, mostly about peace and love. I must give a very deep thanks to many people, in no particular order, like Mr. Van Note, Chuck Yates, Casey Venn, James Spears, Richard Schroyer, Corey Kobe, my son, my partner, and especially the teacher who probably started it all, Francis Klingy. So I really would, I feel like I have a lot to say, a lot to bring to you, a lot to maybe help out, maybe something to help understand, maybe something just weird. Or, where is it? Weird. Uninstalled. A little different. I'll let you think. I'll let you figure it out for yourself. If you like it, if you don't, just let me know. If you do decide to take it a shot, or give it a shot, let me know. I'm really curious to know. I've never, I've shared poetry in person before, but I've never put my work out there publicly. And I'd love to know how you feel about it. So, I don't know. I'll link to it in the descriptions, but thanks for at least listening. It's better than I expected. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and I hope this new year treats you as well as feeling published for the first time has made me feel. Maybe here. Here. Right there in the front of the pack. Alright. Johnny.